Look, girls, look at the cows. This cow pasture is right next to our campground. Isn't that cool? Look at all the cows. Look. They're walking towards us. They're looking at Strider. They're like, what is that? Do you hear them? Hi, cow. Hi, cow. Look, aren't they cute? Hi, girls. So today we are in Smet, South Dakota, which is where Laura Ingalls Wilder lived when she was a teenager. She's the author who wrote the Little House on the Prairie books. You know, we watched the TV show, but those shows are based on several books. I think you might have seen them in my room that I have. So today we're going to tour the house that she lived in when she first came here, and the school that she went to, and her father's house, and we're going to learn about what she did as a teenager. And she met her husband Almanzo here, and they got married in this town, and they had their first child here and lived here for the first couple of years of their marriage. This is the surveyor's house. This is the house that the Ingalls family lived in the first winter that they were here in Smet, South Dakota. After the winter, then they moved out to their claim shanty, which is a little bitty house on farmland that they lived in the summertime on their farm. Behind me is the railroad, and that's why they came to Smet, because Pa Ingalls had a job working for the railroad. And the railroad moved on after that first year, after they had finished building the railroad. But the Ingalls family stayed and were actually the first residents of Smet, South Dakota. So this is what a schoolhouse looked like back in the 1880s. This is a schoolhouse that looks just like the one Laura taught in when she had her very first teaching job. Can you imagine going to school in this little bitty house in here?
So here is a picture, here is a statue of Laura Ingalls. Isn't that pretty? And this is the actual real schoolhouse that she went to. Isn't that so cool? And then there's a covered wagon, very similar to the one that they had to travel in to move here.
Now we are at the Ingalls homestead. This is where they lived out on the farm when they weren't living in town. So that's the house way off in the distance, and we're going to go down there and look around. So this is what the shanty would look like. It's this little house that they would live on out here when they were farming. You can see the garden in the back there. This is a hay barn. This is where they kept their livestock. And then they had a hay roof. Look, there's a chicken. There's a chicken in there. So this is a dugout. And back in the 1800s, the early settlers, before they could build a house, they would just dig into the ground and have a little dugout, and it was nice and cool in there here, and it protected them from the bad weather. See how it's just built into the side of the hill? We're in Mitchell, South Dakota, where we're going to see the only corn palace in the whole world, and it has corn husks all over the outside of the building for decorations. It looks pretty cool.
There's the corn palace.
So the Corn Palace is actually like an auditorium, and they have events here and concerts, and you can see more of the, so those decorations on the wall are made of corn cobs. Aren't those pretty? And outside the palace, all the decorations were made with corn cobs. We'll try to get a close-up look when we go back outside. What was really nice is they let Strider in. He's inside the corn palace. Isn't that fun? He's kind of being a whiner, but that's still fun.